Hey guys, it's about 12:30 p.m. August 27th. I just want to kind of go over a couple things. I know I didn't blast anything out this morning. Nothing really stood out to me. I actually didn't realize QDell, a company that I like that we traded a while ago, that I sold a while ago. I missed a big part of the move. Was getting hammered on some skepticism about a COVID test that they have and the response time, etc., etc. So there's been some bearish articles on Seeking Alpha. But look at this move in QDell, which isn't a one-trick pony to begin with, but holy crap. I mean, breaking the 200, big volume gap. I mean, look at this. We're not even done with the day. And what, we're over 7 million shares traded. I think they probably average under a million a day. So, I mean, we're not even halfway through the day here, and we're just blowing it up. But intraday, it was a nice bounce, and I probably should have pulled this one out too. We're working on a new platform. I know you guys are like, yeah, whatever, I'm tired of hearing this. But we're working on a new trading platform that's going to have, it's an app actually that the members are going to be able to download. And there's little windows in there and within a room, and you can go into a room where I'll be doing live streaming and then go to another room that's just, text only. And maybe we'll have, some members be able to open and have a dialogue amongst each other. So I'm kind of looking bigger picture here instead of, thinking short term. But yeah, look at the bounce intraday on QDell. I mean, oh my God, once it came out of this bull pennant, and you can see the volume pick up, then you get a run from 136 to like 153 or something, 152 it got up to. I did scalp a little, and then I just kept scaling off, and then I got stopped out when it broke 150 there. Interesting move there. JNUG, I don't know. I'm trying to think, can there be a reversal today? When we got down to this little level in here, actually we bounced and then kind of back tested this little channel line here. And there was a lot of like action. You could just see it. And this thing was blowing up on the bid and ask. And there was a lot of level 2 action. So I'm thinking maybe it did bottom out. Maybe it did bottom out intraday. And looking at it over like a 10-day chart, it's trying to find a bottom, especially if you look at some of the other gold miner sectors. So interesting move there. Could we have a late reversal? I don't know. The market's acting weird, and that's my point here. I did hit a price channel top on QQQ that I talked about, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. And I'm short the Qs right here. And I know, and I'm not recommending you guys short the Qs here. Please don't take that as a recommendation. But the market cannot keep going up forever. Okay, it's going to reverse at some point. And to be honest with you, the trade is to buy weakness. So, and to my point, it might be like, well, what's the point of shorting the market? If it comes down, yeah, you're right, you made some money. But if you're wrong, you're going to get stopped out on the upside. I get it. But I can play it both ways too if I'm going to be greedy. I can short it, and then when it gets to a point where I think it's got some stability and can reverse, I'll go long. So there's a couple ways to look at that. Now, if you look at the Qs here, and this is just, everything here is based on RSI and channels now, because the market is so far out in front of itself when it comes to fundamentals here that it's really hard to tell where we're going, because a lot of people have tried to short this market and they've been wrong. But I will say we've taken a stab at it here and there. 279, I took a stab at it, made some money, kept a little bit of the SQQQ, sold it in the morning the next day, kept half, got stopped out. Okay, overall it was a positive trade. But now if you look at these candles here on the Qs, and once again, I'm not recommending, but let's just look at what makes sense here. And you can see that there is a channel, and I'm going to pull this down real quick. There is a channel on the Qs that we've seen reversals, and maybe I'll put this on bar charts to kind of give us some clarity. You can see candle reversals along this trend line on the upper end, right? We've gotten multiple touches here with reversals. And then we got a stretch point here, what went above, and when it pulled back, it back tested, and the last candle top before this big move down on COVID was this touch point right here. Well, if you extend that touch point all the way up here, we just hit it today. We just hit it. Okay, so once again, is that the end all? No, it's not the end all, but it is something that it's a Fed day. On Fed days, we tend to have directional changes. We did blast through a descending area on the RSI and then double topped, right? Double topped on an RSI level as well, right along here. So a lot of things do line up for the market to reverse here, okay? And I know it's really hard to wrap our head around the market going down because the market just does nothing but go up. So at the very least, if you've got some longs, take some money off the table. You don't have to short the market like me. Take some money off the table. So you can see a lot of things are leaning towards my short position, okay? And if you look and zoom in on these lines, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see that every time we got up above that line, I didn't get stopped out. It just had a lot of energy to the downside. A lot of energy. And now this pivot breakout point to the upside has been violated to the downside. And it's time under a certain area. Can we blast back up there? Absolutely. But we pushed through, we pulled back. We hit it, we pulled back. Look at that, spot on. I mean, this is a line that goes way back. We push through again and it cannot hold it. All right, these are 1 minute charts. So give me 10 minutes above that area and then I'll be like, okay. But we've broken some levels here and I'm not like by any means getting bearish. But when I look around, I'm short Shop too and I like Shop. But look at Shopify today, down 21 points. Okay? 21 points. Let me see if I can do the VWAP. Because it did break above the VWAP, but it couldn't get to the top of the channel. So my short was actually pretty damn accurate. And I'm expecting this to go lower too. Once again, not recommendations here. Just keep in mind that if you are long, it might be a good time to lighten up a little bit here. I'm not saying you want to just go do what I did and short the market outright. My big C, nice trade today, nice scalp, but I got stopped out of it. It violated a trend line. See? And this is a trend line that I have for momentum. I can do intraday trades within that trend line. Oops. And get stopped out in those for smaller scalps, but you know, you can see how we kind of lost some steam there when we broke the VWAP. So I like Big C, but I probably want to buy it. You know, 139 was support. Now the low 120s is support. So I'm not done with Big C yet. I think the company's interesting. I think that deal with Facebook was something substantial. But I'll be a little more patient and wait for low 120s now. Because I do think that we put in a top today on Big C. Absolutely. So, you know, looking at stuff like that, Wayfair, I have not shorted yet. I missed it. I mean, I can only short so much stuff. But let's just keep an eye on these things. Gold could possibly reverse. QDEL, I might buy back in on a pullback. But this is the stuff I'm looking at. And just keep in mind, if you're not going to short the market, that's fine. But just keep in mind that today could be a reversal day. That's it. And I'll talk to you guys soon.